We are 1 minute late. Shame on us. You know what? Nobody can take first from me. Ha ha! First! If you ain't first, you last, boys. Hey, Carlo. Carlo said, sup, y'all? Pops, R3. Hello, Carlo. How you doing on this? Well, I guess it's Monday number 2 for us, but it's hump day for you, Carlo.
Hello, Carlo.
Well, you know that right. Don't let him eat that.
No.
Hey, there's Floki. He said, hey, guys, we love your show. How are you doing today? Great, we hope. You know, we are pretty cold.
If I was doing any better, I'd have sit on my hands, keep from waving at everybody.
Hope you're doing well today, Floki. Grant said, always enjoy watching when I can. Well, we enjoy whenever you come in. Floki is laughing. Carlos said, it is Wednesday here, guys. That's what I thought. Should be what, 6:03 in the morning for you on Wednesday? On Monday number 3?
Time for a poop and time for a cup of coffee.
Look, you're going to have a shower, a cup of coffee, and then a bowel movement. All within an hour. But at least you can't say he's not regular. Because he is regular.
He's not regular, he's Carlo.
Touche. Let me do 3 circles and then sit in the exact same spot with 0 difference whatsoever.
I thought about starting doing that when I get up in my chair, just to turn it around 3 times, sit in it, still.
I figured you were going to start trying to crawl around like a goddamn cat or something.
Well, crapola.
Oh, Olivia said, Randy!
Hello, Olivia.
Maria said, wait, you look exactly like yesterday.
Who? Me? No, I do not. I had orange on yesterday.
Let's see. John Glad said hi with 16 dots.
Hello,
John.
16 dot climb.
Carlos said 7:07:03. So you're 13 hours ahead of us.
That's because we
Well, that
fell
makes
back.
sense. Yep. But he is in a. So China's 12 hours ahead of us on the eastern coast.
But when we go up,
When we go up,
be
he'll be 12 hours ahead of us.
March 8th will be 12 hours different.
Gotcha. Floki said, thank you. It's been an interesting day, but better now that I'm watching you. You guys are great. Floki, I'm glad that we can entertain you on this fine Monday number 2. And I'm glad you enjoy being here. Tell you what, I would sit here and tell y'all that I worked hard today, but there's a couple clouds in the sky and I don't feel like being smited right now.
I want to shoot my sugar up.
Olivia said, pop pops.
Hello, Olivia.
Anna Maru said, hi. Hello, Anna.
Hello, Ann.
Maria said, no, I think the desk is more messy today. Here we go with that God-blessed desk again.
Yeah, he moved his cans over here.
Yeah. Carlos said, yep, I'll poop, shower, and have coffee, LOL. Well, regular. Robert said today, Robert, bowling, first game is 111, second game is 89 in bowling today. Well, you can't be on top of the world every time,
He
Robert.
must bowl every day.
Sounds like it, buddy. You doing a hell of a job. I could bowl every day, probably still not hit 89. Floki said, still got that dinner plate sitting in the fridge waiting for you, remember? Bacon wrapped, stuffed meatballs, and the mashed potatoes, LOL. Just kidding, just kidding.
Oh, man, I was about ready to start heading that way.
It's like, man, I just ate a chicken biscuit with some ketchup, and I'm still hungry. You made me hungry. Rusty said, sup, Randy's.
Hello, Rusty.
Rusty Coates. Darius said, greetings, everyone from Russia, my friends. Well, greetings, Darius. Welcome to America land. Olivia said, something, shim-pam, hip-ham, he-ham, pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa.
Bring that heater over here.
What about me? I'm cold.
Look, you.
God dang. I paid a power bill.
Yeah, if you're cold, don't worry about it.
Oh, no.
My boots.
Here, I'll let you be warm there,
Heat
sunshine.
rises.
No wonder I'm always cold. Maria said, I just had the shittiest day ever.
Oh no.
I hate to hear that, Maria, but if you want to talk about it in here, you're welcome to talk about it. If you want to shoot me a message on Instagram, you're welcome to do that too, but I hope that your next day goes better.
I hope it gets better.
Robert said, when can we go to the car show? We will go Saturday. How about that? Olivia said, same, Maria. Oh, Olivia will get over it. I'm kidding. I hate to hear that your day's going bad. Crane X Dragon 1046 retracted their message. You know, the redneck word of the day today is dragon. Dragon D.
I knew that was coming. I was going to say it, but I wanted to be respectful.
Okay, what about Famunda?
Now read.
You hear these nuts slapping from under your chin.
I ain't heard that one. I thought you were talking about Monday cheese.
Nope. Rusty said hi to Darius. Cheek Buster said 10-4, Roger. Floki said, remember when you said to save it a few weeks ago, though? I do remember hearing it. And I hate to admit that I forgot to go get it. I do sincerely apologize. Maria said, no, Olivia, my day definitely was worse than yours. And then Ali said, hello, or hi, my daddy. Hi, my brother. Hello, Ali.
It's not a competition.
Ali is fasting.
That's the fact, dude.
No, fast is where you
I
go a
know,
certain amount of time without eating. And
I
then
need
Maria
to-
said, but what happened anyway? Dan said, hi, my beer went up 10 cents. Well, I hate to hear that. Careful.
Did it go
No.
down faster?
Your change from Tractor Supply come out to be whatever the dollar amount was and 1 cent. You want to know what they did not have?
1 cent.
1 cent.
I've noticed that.
So you get the artist a nickel back.
I've noticed that they've started doing that.
Yep.
They don't have pennies.
Yep. Olivia said, nobody cares if you cold, Randy, you a polar bear. No, I'm a fat bear. God, get it right. Robert said, what I wear to the car show? Probably something warm. Because it's supposed to be cold, Robert.
I don't know how much I'm going to be going cold.
Mira said, what do you think of Elon Musk? Never met him. Ali said, Ramadan now, my daddy and my brother. Oh, Ali
the
is
money or you want?
Ali is Muslim, so he is fasting for Ramadan.
Oh, okay.
I got you. Maria said, well, Olivia is strong. She knows how to deal with difficult times. Nobody truly knows how. Some people just suffer in silence. And people carry stress and other things differently,
That's the
Maria.
reason I don't tell anybody I had a bad day because they say that their day's worse. So
I don't tell you I had a bad day because nobody cares. I'm a man.
that's what I'm saying. They
Oh.
always say their day's bad worse. Or,
Anna Maru said, very snowy in Michigan. Please keep it. JH7 said hi. Hello, JH7.
hello, J.A.
Olivia said, dragging these nuts cross your face. Yeah, carousel your face. Floki said, LOL, you're great. Hold on, how was that old Tony the Tiger go?
You're great.
Oh no, it's Frosty Flakes. They're great.
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes, Tony the Tiger. They're great. Yep. Carlo said, Pops, you still got a cold? No, he's just a cold little bitch.
I'm getting over it.
Pill 9 Or said, you look like you could use a McRib. I have never had a McRib, and I plan to continue saying that for the rest of my life. Olivia said, just the usual, me being sick and still going to this stupid campus. I prefer my room over this cold-ass classroom. Yeah, I would prefer my room over a cold classroom, too. Robert said, we wear our work shirt, never done projects to the car show. Hey, look, I got mine on. Madison said, all the pennies are in Addie's piggy bank. I would not be surprised. I said something to Addie about not having money. She goes, but I have money in my piggy bank. I said, I have enough
We
money.
need to mail them down. It's worth more than the coffee.
Apparently. Little N4 said, will you be building your daughter's first cars? What car will it be? That is the ultimate goal, my friend. But Madison said to hold off for a little while, let her grow up a little bit more and figure out what car she truly wants. Right now, it's more like a pink or purple Jeep. I'm going to try to talk her out of it. Lacati said, my granny said, if I end up anything like you, I'll burn in hell. You probably will, so I'll drive the bus with you. Because, I mean, I make fun of people like you.
Your granny didn't say that. I know her. She likes me.
JH7 said, I'm sorry again. Help unicorn. Look, I have zero problem being a unicorn for my daughter. But I still got the unicorn thing out in the truck. Don't make me go get it. Dan said, my dad called a welfare check on me just because I was drunk. Well, that means
Don't
they
get
care
drunk.
about you. Flo Key said, they're great. Flo Key gets it. Jane said, hi, family. Hello, Jane. Darius said, please tell us how the celebration of the U.S. hockey team's victory at the Olympic Games. Was there a lot of noise? I do not know. I just heard that the U.S. beat Canada for the first time like ever. And then I heard they beat up Canada. But other than that, I've not heard anything else about it. I think U.S. won 2-1.
No.
Olivia said, I perpetually suffer, but I live maybe not for long, but I still live. You got this. Jane said, hi, Floki. Jonathan Piasco said, why did the Mexican take his annex?
I don't know.
I don't know. Pill 9 Or said, dang. Jane said, hi, Olivia, and hi, Carlo. Carlo said, hello, Jane. Olivia said, hello, Jane. Roscoe said, what's the list behind you? That is our members wall. My shit list is not so publicly known. But if you become a member of the channel, we take your name, and if you want your first name and then like your name at Roscoe4120, we put it up on the wall. Or if you just want at Roscoe4120, we put up there at Roscoe4120.
And it goes out at the road too.
It's kind of just a way to give back. Jane said, hi, JH7. Robert said, how is the car for the car show? They're good. We just got to get a belt made for Dad's car, but I mean, ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Jane said, hi, Roscoe. Maria said, okay, bye. Have a great time. I don't feel I want to talk today. I think I'm going to go to sleep. Well,
right.
Maria, have a good day. Good night.
Be careful.
Sleep good. Hopefully, when you wake up, you feel better. Jane said, illegal to melt down pennies. It's only illegal if I get caught. Olivia said, what's wrong with the Jeep? The same thing that's wrong with the Subaru. I just don't like Jeeps.
I think a Jeep's just like a tampon. Every woman needs one.
Lillian Ford said, will you be teaching them to work on whatever they get?
Yep.
Absolutely. Look, I'll teach her to work on anything she wants to. She wants to be involved in it, and she's going to learn. Maria said, Madison, I still think red hair is better on you. Thought you were going to bed, Maria. The album said, I know this is off topic. Put that dog in, but that dog is so damn adorable. Wait a second. Is that like code for saying you're off topic? Hold on. Channel activity. Nope. That's not off topic, I don't think.
It ain't off topic. We talk about everything in here.
No, you're welcome to say that. As long as it's appropriate, you can say what you want. JH7 said, tell her to get a pink Ford Thunderbird and then she'll be interested in that Jeep. Or she will not be interested in that Jeep. If she gonna get a Thunderbird, I'd rather give her a El Camino. Jane said, hi, Maria. The album, said Butt. I got you. Boston Bill said, hi, guys, with a bunch of waving faces or hands.
Boston.
Hello, Boston.
BB.
Madison said she does not think the red hair would look good on her anymore. Jane said, hi, Maddie. Madison said, hey, Jane. Yabu said, when will you do a stream where you work on vehicles? If we had somebody here to read the comments while we worked and we could still interact with everybody, we would gladly do it. But listen, y'all, it's like 20-some degrees outside.
Probably when it's warm.
And I can't move too good when it's cold like this now. And this cold weather has just zapped the motivation right out of me. Div Dev said, hey, everyone. Hello, Div. How are you doing this morning? Afternoon. Evening. Flo Key said, hello, Jane. How are you doing today? Jane said, I always thought plum color in dark hair would be beautiful. JH7 said, hi, Jane. Jane said, however, if I tried it, they'd say that that stupid gray and purple haired lady.
Well, you know, if somebody had some dark hair and they won't even thought about red, they can always have red
Robert
highlights.
said, when I pick up my work shirt, never done projects for the car show. We'll have to get it ready for you, Robert. Jane said, Flow Key doing good, thanks. J87 said, tell her to work on that desk while you're at it, LMAO. Just joking. Let's see, VR6 Prodigy at aka Ryan said, how far behind are we? Not too far. Jane said, hi Ryan, not too bad. The album said, no, I misspelled that. Sorry guys. It's all good. I figured you misspelled it, but I got where you're coming from. Ryan said, hey Jane.
My jacket on.
Do what?
Somebody's here.
Somebody we
Your
know.
buddies.
Oh, your Tundra buddy?
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're going up there.
No.
With full disrespect. Oh God. Let's see here. Ryan said, hey Jane, Ash Trio the Gaming, or yeah. I challenge you to a Pokemon battle. Dun 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 dun. Choose your Pokemon. I choose Cubone. If you got Cubone, hold on. I take Victory Bell. Olivia said, what? How do you go? You can literally get in trouble for calling the police for things like a guy yelling at his kid. But a welfare check on the dumbest stuff is completely legal. A welfare check is supposed to be for the betterment of the person to be checked on. All right. People used to call in welfare checks on a family member that they knew the family member wasn't home, so nobody would answer the door, and then they would take out IVC papers, involuntary commitment papers, and force us to take them to the hospital for a mental evaluation. And while they were in there for a 72-hour hold, they'd go sell their shit. Ryan said, hey Olivia. JH7 said, if only you could remove the front of the Thunderbird and put it on the El Camino pickup on the Thunderbird instead of. What's up?
He's gonna go get a wheel. He want the tire put on.
Okay. Oh, JH7, those old Thunderbirds, like the first generation Thunderbird that forced GM's hand to make the Corvette. Because you know the Corvette was made to combat the Thunderbird, right?
I'm
And then
sure
the
I've
Corvette
heard it.
absolutely destroyed the Thunderbird, so then they just made the Thunderbird into like a family cruiser and then discontinued it. The more you know. I like the old ones, like the old ones. Rusty said, hi, Jane. Madison said, hey, Ryan. Ryan said, hey again, Rusty, LOL. Olivia said, Ryan. Ryan said, hey, Madison. Rusty said, hi, and hi to Ryan.
22 people, 18 thumbs up.
Olivia said, hey, Maddie, I have an idea. That's dangerous. Madison said, hey, Olivia, what's that? Terp Slurp said, look at that pretty sign.
Yeah, ain't it nice?
It is very nice. I even put it up at the road today. We got to do something because they started to fall with all this bad wind.
Yeah, that's the reason I got the big sign down. But I'm going to try to work on it. We got so much going on.
Yeah. Robert said, how is Robert's yellow jacket doing? It's good. It's finally dry, but it's still in the trailer. Booty Warrior said, you know what time I'm on? Booty time.
Booty time?
Booty. Olivia said, Randy's nails are a little colorless, don't you think? She can paint my nails. I don't give a shit, but my daughters better be the ones painting them. James said, Pop's back there yawning. Pops, you need to get more sleep.
Well, I'm not reading, so I get sleepy. I just sitting there, especially when my feet's warm.
Ryan said, ha 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 ha. Jujub said, what's the annualized rate of return, ARR, on an investment, and how does it compare to its benchmark after adjusting for risk? No freaking clue. Sounds like college education. And you know, there was a song that said, we don't need no education.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. If we knew all that, we would probably be in a different situation.
Yeah. Jane said, hey, Terp. Floki said, oh, we're coming up on the 500 subscribers, too. Can't believe it either, because it all happened in a month in a few days.
Cool.
Not trying to gloat or anything, but just wanted to tell guys that inspired us. You're not gloating by any means.
No,
You're
we're
welcome
happy
to
for
share
you.
it. Like, these milestones mean a lot.
And we'd be glad to help any way we can. Thank you.
Yes, and I am so glad to hear you're creeping up on them 500 stubs.
Makes us feel good when other people do well.
Yep. Listen, there is 24 hours in a day, 1,440 minutes in a day, and there's 8 billion people in this world.
There's enough cake for everybody.
There is. And no matter what happens in this world, there's a chance that you're not the only one that likes what you're posting.
And believe us, like Randy says, if these idiots can do it, anybody can.
Exactly.
You just got to want it.
Turk Slurp said, hey, Jane, sorry, at work, just wanted to stop in and say hi. That's all right, Turk. Well, hey, we appreciate you coming in. I'm glad to see the green name and glad you got to see your sign put up, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Jane said, good for you, Flo Key. Flo Key said, thank you, Jane. Olivia said, Ryan, you're lucky I don't know your wife, LOL, because I'm missing some color too. Or you're missing some color. Ryan's wife is very nice. Jane said, I understand, Terp. Have a great night. Ryan said, LOL, what do you mean? Olivia said, Boggy's old neighbor called a welfare check on Boggy. Well, I would too. After what he was talking about last night, getting his ass whooped by his dang cousins and stuff, yeah. I'd definitely be worried about that. JH7 said, I learned something today. Thanks for the informative information, Randy. What did we learn today? Did I teach you something? JH7 said, how are you, Pops and Randy? We're good, buddy. We hope you are.
Hope
But what did I teach you something? Duke Luke Garage 1978 said, yo, guys, what's up, buddy?
Hello, Duke.
Flo Key said, smash that like. You know, let me go ahead and do that. I know I'm behind, but
Illinois.
that's the best way to make a deal is whenever you're behind. Oh, Madison is meeting her family for dinner. What's for dinner? We got 19 people and 24 thumbs up. Thank y'all. We are ahead of the minutes. Let's see if we can keep it up. Jane said, Olivia, should we do a male painted nail contest? Paul said, I'm gay, but I love Donald Trump. What do I do? Well, we don't involve religion, politics, or controversial subjects. The last time I checked, Donald Trump and being gay is very controversial right now. So you do whatever makes you happy at the end of the day.
And you're welcome, but don't bring that shit in here.
Yep. Boarding Snow said, grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit. Pass.
No.
Double it, give it to the next guy. Nathan Price said the Thunderbird came out after the Corvette. So was it Ford's answer to the Corvette then? I don't know. I just knew they were trying to market to the same people. Rumpel said yellow elbow. Hello. Yeah, that's it. Yellow elbow. Yellow. Olivia said, I mean, you should let your wife paint your nails. Ryan said, LOL, negative. I'm from the 80s. That's for girls. Lol. Booty Warrior said, what music y'all listening to? You're listening to it. We don't do a lot of music.
I like big butts and I like them large.
That run thing in your face, you can't help. Jay said, hi, Nathan. Olivia said, why not? Because that gay. User Fishy said, Walter, is that you?
Hello.
Nathan
Just
said,
like
Jane.
the Kurt.
Rain. Rumpel said, at Jane, hello. Jane said, hey, Rumpel. J7 said, I know the song name, but I don't know who sang it. It's called, the song name is called Another Brick in the Wall. I've never heard a song about that. Memory of the Fisherman. Oh, they changed their profile picture. I can't see. I don't have my glasses on. No wonder I'm struggling. Said, hi, everyone. I'm getting ready to do some kayak fishing in March. That sounds fun, but if you hook a big one,
caught a kayak.
you ain't never caught a kayak. Well, sounds like you would
kayak
lose.
fishing.
Ryan said, I'm just a traditionalist, LOL. I'm a dude, so I don't do girly stuff. Well, I'm not a fucking unicorn anymore. Olivia said, so we forced Boggy to do his nails and makeup his senior year of high school. That was like last week, dude. Robert's waving and sent some cars and said, for cars show never done projects. Well, thank you, Robert. JH7 has 333 subscribers. Did you know that's 111 times 3? That's awesome, though, JH7. I'm glad to hear it. Heidi Schofield said, hi. Hello, Heidi. Jane said, JH7, Pink Floyd. Oh, hold on. Somebody got deleted, and it jumped.
Wouldn't jump if you went behind.
Suck me. Jane said, JH7, Pink Floyd. Carmen May said, hello, hello. Hello, Carmen.
Hello, Carmen.
You know, speak of redheads, and they shall appear. Flo Key said, thank you guys very much. We love you. We love you, Butch. And we like to see people succeed. Ryan said, closest thing I do to womanly is I do drink honeydew milk tea boba. I knew that. Where's Justin?
Justin said that
Said something about boba.
And then I let Randy drive. Randy wouldn't stop for him. How shitty of a person was that?
Suck me,
The
old
boy
man.
just wanted boba. Don't you know
Jane
what
said,
that
hi,
boba is?
memory. Olivia said, ugh, fine. You're no fun, Ryan, lol. Ryan said, lol, I'm sorry. Rumpel said, I got one short of 70 subs. Today I'll try and find out how and why. Again, you never know what people's going to like. Memory said, hi, Jane. Heidi said hi, hi Jane. Jane said hi, Heidi. Booty Warrior said USA, the GOAT. J7 said the Thunderbird and Corvette merger, or would it sounded like? I don't think I would like that, considering the Thunderbird got discontinued. White Girl Magic said race or IQ question. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we're not reading that. Olivia said, Randy, it wasn't that bad. Let's see. Jane said, white girl every night. Go to another channel. Yep. Farmer5585 said, hi. Hello, Farmer. Hugh said, hello, R3. Hello, Hugh. Hugh, buddy, if you're still in here, I know I'm behind. Were you and Grandma talking about yesterday on coming up here this weekend? Chosen Law said, what do you know about the year 100? It was at least 2,000 years ago. Well, at most. Ryan said, hey, Hugh. Hugh said, hello, Farmer. Malin Cost said, brothers, you are well spoken, and I would like a word of advice. How do I sleep at night? Preferably on your left side with a pillow.
With your eyes closed?
If your eyes are open, you might not sleep too good. Jane said, hi, Hugh. Rumple said, hello to Hugh. White Girl Magic said, super chats for the answer. Hey, if you send a super chat with the answer, I might read it. Probably not. Rusty said, sup, Hewster. Hugh said, hello, Rumple. Hello, Ryan. Olivia said, Hugh, you're missing some color on your nails, too. This girl. Ryan said, Pink Floyd. Hugh said, hello, Olivia. Front door. Your friend's back. Booty Warrior said, I did a crime. I was getting me some and my homie trying to block me, so I knock him out. Hey, look, nobody likes a block. Duke Luke said, Pink Floyd, The Wall. To the window, to the wall. Owens got deleted. Madison said, hey, Hugh. White Girl said, bro, yeah, we're not talking about that stuff. Team Richard said, hi. Hello, Richard. Mr. won the most gold medals from the Winter Olympics. Good job. Floki CB back in a second. Got to go outside and shovel. Yay. Be careful. Olivia said, hey, Hugh. Hugh said, hello, Richard. Hello, Floki. Hello, Madison. Rusty said, sup, Hugh. Robert said, tell Pops, can I see the car in the garage? I've not cleaned it yet, Robert. I'm a little ashamed of how dirty the garage has gotten, buddy. Hugh said, hello, Duke. Owens Jennings said that he and his uncle are gay. I bet you let your uncle pound your prostate from the inside out. Olivia said, and actually, that was B9 years ago. Booty Warrior said, I love y'all. Well, we love everybody. We harbor no hatred. Duke Luke Garage said, Grand Pedovic with the salute. Richard said, hit the like button. I appreciate if y'all did. 24 people in, 30 likes. We're still just barely ahead of the minutes. Jane said, hi, Richard. Owen said, why is he gay? Buddy, I can't answer that question for you. Some people say you make the choice. Some people say, hey. Some people say you're born that way. I don't know because I'm not the gay one. There we go. Olivia said, and, sorry. Ryan said, boba is fun. Popping boba is really fun. That's like the flavor, like little flavor balls, ain't it? They put it in frozen yogurt. Froyo. Hugh said, Floki, they will pay you $30 an hour to shovel the snow in New York City. Have to have copies of 2 forms, an ID, and Social Security card. Now, wait just a second. New York City says you have to have 2 forms of ID and a Social Security card to shovel snow, but I'm racist for saying having an ID to vote. It is a beautiful night. Jane said, Owen, come out. Congratulations. You good? Yeah. What tire is it? Or does he have one? Or does he need one ordered? Oh. Oh, you're writing his number down. Richard said Jane with a smiley face. Hugh's laughing at Jane. Duke Luke said, Hugh, I heard on the radio this morning, laughing face. Olivia said, boba isn't necessarily my favorite. Owen said, cheers. I'm wondering why there's 2 guys on your screen. Well, look, if you got off of the naughty website and typing in gay porn, I bet you wouldn't have gay people on your phone. But as long as you got socks on, it ain't gay. Ryan said, it's not my favorite, but it's fun. My favorite is coffee. if you've not seen how that man makes coffee, it is a miracle that he don't damn jump from here to the moon and back.
Fun. It's funny to watch him pour mine out again.
Yeah. Jane said, have to have. Did you hear what Hugh was saying? Flokey's gone to go shovel some snow for a minute. Hugh said, Flokey, they will pay you $30 an hour to shovel snow in New York City, but you have to have 2 copies or 2 forms of ID and social security card. But it's racist to have an ID to vote.
Wow.
The jokes write themselves. Jane said, have to have 2 forms of ID to shovel, apparently. Madison said, going to eat. Y'all have a good one. Hey, if you're still in
See
here,
you,
bring me leftovers. Olivia said, I just don't like balls in my mouth. That's why you drive a Subaru. Choking on plastic. Hugh said, but not vote. Jane, go figure. Well, no comment. Memory said, I made sausage and onions for dinner. That sounds pretty good. Grilled onions with some sausage. Olivia said, save for meatballs. Jane said, take care of Maddie. Olivia said, and lemon heads and suckers. Hugh said, and social security card and need copies of all because they won't make them LOL.
I tell you, you shovel your own damn snow.
Yeah, well, for $30 an hour. Jane said, right, Hugh. Fake name 8369. I said, brother, what on earth is your office chair seat? Is in your office chair seat? That is mi padre. Es tu padre. Rusty said, funny thing, Hugh. He was only going to pay 19 an hour when he's pushing for 30 an hour. Huh. Hugh said, hello, Rusty. Flokey said, hey, Grandpa Vic. Robert said, can I wear my work shirt? Absolutely. Flokey said, hey, Richard. Hugh said, funny, huh, Rusty? Ryan said, it's fun trolling trolls by deleting their comments. And he said, I like to argue, but the shutout has to be like being hung up on. Oh, it's like whenever you get them going real good, then you just hide them on the channel. Yeah. Duke Luke said, that's right, you're not gay, you wear socks. Exactly. It's not gay if I got socks on. Rusty said, I have to run. See you later. See you, Rusty. Oh, Flokey's back. Oh, nope, never mind. Said, okay, now I'll be RB, LOL. Okay, Flokey, be careful. Jay said, nobody asked me to provide ID, and they didn't pay me when I had to shovel my walks. Yeah, Hugh said, but not vote. Right, yeah, no kidding. You might get me started on a controversial subject on that. Jane said, take care, Rusty. Hugh said, LOL, Jane. Zode Bear said, some guy on live is dead. Where? Flokey said, Hugh, I'm not traveling 5 states to shovel. Olivia said, I love chocolate, but I won't eat it if it's in ball shape. Jane said, Ryan, if you delete trolls' comments, will it delete from algorithm? I think yes, but it's hard for me to say yes or no. Jubin Abar said, hi. Hello, Jubin. Flokey said, be back in a few. Sorry for saying it so many times. It's all right. Ryan said, I don't think so. Hugh said, Ryan, I like, hey, tell me this sound like somebody hanging up clip. Krim said, what's the famous brand for cowboy hat? Justin? I don't know. Lord BBC Gawk said, Wag Booty Warrior is my big brother. Cool. Ryan said, absolutely, Hugh. Hugh said, you can make this crap up. Richard said, hi to Flokey. Hugh said, can't make it up. Krim said, hi. Hello, Krim. Hugh said, $30 an hour, but $25 to get to work. No kidding. Robert said, ask Pops what time you pick me up for work tomorrow morning. He'll leave here about 7 o'clock. He was laughing on the floor, rolling on the floor, laughing his F&A off. Krim said, what's your favorite motorbike?
Honda.
I was going to say probably a Honda
If
dirt
you're
bike.
talking about dirt bike,
But motorcycle, probably a Harley, but I'm not allowed to have a motorcycle. I wouldn't mind having a dirt bike. What's his name? Duncan said if we're interested, he has a welder from the Orange Welder from Harbor Freight. It's 110 or 220. Which if they're having a parking lot sale, it's probably gonna be discounted by a couple $100.
I need one bigger.
That's what I'm saying, but his can run off of 220.
So can mine.
And it's a MIG, TIG, and stick. But I said I doubt it's gonna be big enough. But
don't know. I
I
just
said, I'm going to look at what Harbor Freight has, and if they got one big enough, we'll probably look at it. I said, but, I mean, if push comes to shove, we'll just bolt the shit. We'll bolt the shit. Bolt it! Bolt it. Let's see here. Lord said, what's your favorite truck? Chevrolet.
GMC.
Yeah, I like GMC. Jane said, you're caught up! Ryan said, no dirt bike. Hugh said, I always like my GSX-Rs and Satins and Shadows. Robert said, ask Pops, don't forget to bring Robert's yellow jacket. He picked me up for work tomorrow morning. He got you, boo-boo. Ryan said, tree doesn't have to fall if you're running into it. No shit. Duke Luke said, was caught up. Hugh said, Catan's dang phone. Krim said, Yamaha dirt bike is the best. Agree to disagree. I think
I like Yamaha.
I think Honda's doing pretty good. James said, LOL, right, Duke. Only temporary said, been watching since you started. Hope things work out for you. Sending hate from Europe. Well, we're not sending hate. We're going to kill you with kindness, and my kindness is going to be a rock up your ass.
We think the world of you, buddy. Whoever you are.
Hugh said, Katana. Grrr. Duke Luke's laughing at Jane. Richard said hi to Hugh. Hugh said, hello, Richard. Krim said, Yamaha dirt bike is better. Hey, you know the best part? It's opinionated. You can't be wrong with your opinion.
I like a Yamaha.
Marvin said, are you woke and into LGBTQ? Well,
When they're on the
didn't
fire,
put the
they're
plus.
LBG barbecue.
You didn't put the plus. Shame on you, you bigot. Hugh said, Yama dogs are cool. Robert said, ask Pops what we do at work tomorrow morning. You got the HP. You got the HP tomorrow, don't you? Get the hell out of my way. Go hold Todd up north of the 15. I don't care.
I'm going there first.
Better get out of my damn way. Tired of getting off work at damn 2:30. I got off of work today at 2:35. I saw them MFers longer than I wanted to.
Read before you piss me off.
Listen, I come in, I said, look, I've seen y'all for dang 31 minutes. Too long today. And they're like, you didn't even see us for 31 minutes too long. You sat on the rear motor on the way back. I said, yeah, because they didn't want to see you. Next times.
Some people don't like you telling the truth.
Call it the truth because it hurts. Ryan said, work, LOL. Krim said, no, is Yamaha. Olivia said, back and bad, crash, and what the hell is wrong with my Subaru? What it do, you?
Same thing wrong with your keyboard,
Yeah.
I reckon.
Marvin sent the plus. Oh, okay, Marvin. Yeah, we're neither. But thanks for fixing your bigoted comment. Thanks for adding the plus. Some people might have got offended. Show me on this doll where it offended you. Hugh said, opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one, just some stink.
Amen.
Hugh said, I love that one. And I've had Yamaha's great bikes most years.
It's old YZ80s.
Bryson Cassidy, USMC, said, hello, everyone. Hello, Bryson. Booty Warrior said, I'm back. You missed me with every shot so far.
I missed the booty.
Jane said, hi, Bryson. Robert said, ask Pops who picked me up first tomorrow morning for work. It'll definitely be him because he goes in at 7, I go in at 9. Hugh said, hello, Bryson. Jane said, where'd you go, Booty?
Did y'all do the
pants.
math on that? He works too long. He goes in at 9, gets off at 2:30. I go in at 7, get off at 5:30. And who's bitching?
Marvin said, is Ted Nugget a Patriot? I don't know who the hell that is. At the Tube said, I'm hungry. I need food. I need some food.
Here's some pretzels.
Well, look, this food that he's got right there is calorie free for you because you don't even have to smell it. Hugh said, food helps with that issue. Richard said, hit the like button. Yeah, we're behind on the minutes now. But we're still not even an hour in. We got 31 likes. Thank y'all. 23, just dropped to 19 people and 32 thumbs up. Thank y'all. Olivia said, my Subaru works better than most of the cars I own, actually. It's a beautiful night. Hugh said, the math ain't mathing.
No.
Booty Warrior said, I was taking business, if you know what I mean. Hey, I got you. Look, you taking the Browns to the Super Bowl, having a meeting with the porcelain throne. Robert said,
He's off at the pool.
either that or he doing the clap on, clap off cheeks. Robert said, we busy work tomorrow? Yes. Olivia said, monkey. Memory said, there is nothing wrong with the 9-to-5 job. I respect that a lot. Oh, here's Jane correcting it. Said, why don't I feel sorry for you, R3? 9 to 2:30? Because it's supposed to be 9 to 2 if people will get off the damn tracks and get out of my way. I've been getting off at 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock the last month. And now we got to be there till 2:30 because people won't get out of my damn way. Yeah, I'm upsetty spaghetti. Memory said, I have a 9-to-5 job. There is nothing wrong with 9 to 5. He's just giving me shit because I work 5 hours a day. And then on Fridays, I usually work 4. So what's that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 24? Yeah, so I work 24 hours in a week. Olivia said, Randy, ain't mathing. I work 24 hours a week. Hugh said 9 to 5. I work 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Madison works 7 p. to 7 a. Marvin said, is Donald Trump a patriot? Don't know, never met him. Duke Luke said, Pink Floyd, a 60s English rock band, The Wall, the title to their 1979 album, one of their best albums. Okay, I got you. If I heard it, I probably knew it, but I don't know song names. I do know Pink Floyd.
Walls.
Robert said, when Pop pick Robert's work shirt up? I don't know, buddy. Nick said, hello, Nick. Booty
Nick.
Warrior said, my uncle got to work at 2 something, so you good. Awesome. Hugh said, if I could make what I make and work 9 to 5, that would be awesome. That's how I feel. Corin, 1999, said, Donald Cheeto Trump is a wannabe Adolf without the balls like Adolf. Hey, buddy,
What
look,
have you done for the country?
all I can say is if you don't like what's going on in the world, do something to fix it. All right? Because if you think that casting a vote that everybody's damn fluctuating and manipulating is going to fix it, you're wrong. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I mean, if Big Rock, Black Rock, whatever it's called, wants it, they going to make it happen.
Hey, we don't do controversial subjects in here.
I'm telling them they need to run for political office if they
We
think they
don't
can do
do
better.
controversial subjects in here.
You know what's controversial? Hope you choke on the pretzel. Jane said, agreed, Duke. Pink Floyd is the best. Olivia said, I was doing math earlier. A tabletop character I had. Duke said, one of my favorite bands, Jane. Hugh said, man, the wall posters with psychedelics were crazy. Nick said, my name is Dill. Can I please get a shout out? Yeah, once you rip that dildo out your ass, then I'll shout it out. Hugh said, only if you swallow. Hey, there you go. I bet you do. I bet you like that prostate massaged from the inside out. Jay said, me too, Duke. That was my running around time. Booty Warrior said, while we roasting Trump, we have to respect him. He's still the president.
Amen.
I would borderline say in America, you don't have to respect your politicians.
You don't have to do. I mean, you got
That's
your
the
opinion.
thing. Everybody has their own opinion. We don't talk about it because I might hurt somebody's feelings. But nobody says you have to respect them. All I'm saying is if you don't like it, wait 4 years. If you don't like it and they get reelected, you're only waiting 8 years. They can only run twice. At least they're not in the dang Senate. They'd never retire. Hugh said Pink Floyd was ending in my time. Jack Russell said there is a lot of gayness in that room right now. The Lord of the Gays. I have socks on. It ain't gay. Nick said Jane sounds like Chat GPT. See, look, there they are again, latching on to Jane again. Hugh said rolling on the floor, laughing my F&A off at R3. Olivia said she did 1628 points of damage in one turn if I rolled maxed out. Okay. Robert said, Pops, I'm ready for work tomorrow morning.
All right. Ready early.
Hugh said my time was heavy metal and aerosol era. Jane said everyone loves Jane, apparently. Duke said keep your socks on, fellas. Nick said Donald Trump built that wall. I mean, my tax dollars better be used on something. Hugh said era. Hey, I got you, Hugh. I have just enough dyslexia that I can generally figure it out. Booty Warrior should give me a shout out where I start taking booty. Can't take booty if I don't get none. Asshole. Olivia said, you're no fun, Randy. Be a nerd for once. God. I have never played D&D. Never have. Never played it. I have no idea what you're talking about rolling a max. I mean, I know what a nat. Well, I don't even know what a nat 20 is, but I've heard it. I've never played. Because again, I'm a nerd, but I'm a lonely nerd. Because I walked this lonely road in this place that I used to call home. Jane said, Hugh, I graduated high school in the year that you were born, LOL. Oof. Olivia said, Duke, what is that car? Pretty sure it's a Fox Body Mustang. Hugh said, Jane, a lover and a sweetie unless you make her not. She pretty nice. Jack Russell said, why we are questioning what you guys do with that jar of peanut butter on the stand and your dog. The same thing that you do to my bunghole.
Question is, why did your mind go there?
Robert said, what I need to bring for work tomorrow morning. If it's anything like him, bring your lunchbox. The rest of the stuff you need for work's on the truck, unless they take it off. Teddy Locane said, is that your pops? It is. He is my father. Duke Luke Garage said 1984 Fox Body Mustang. I like it. Definitely not Mr. Rich said Daily Sexic as F. Oh yeah, I'm definitely dyslexic. Booty Warrior said, so you lonely wolf. Yes. I have my wife, my two daughters, my wife, my two daughters, my dad, and sometimes Justin. That's it. The rest of my friends are on this screen, on this YouTube stuff. And most of the closest person that lives to us is Hugh, and he's 2 hours away. Hugh said when they went composite headlights, they didn't have the same look. Booty Warrior said, I only need booty at work, so I'm all good. I work with a bunch of weird, sweaty-ass training guys. Oh, Carlo's back. He said, y'all, morning broken espresso coffee. Papa Renzo's going to be mad. I'm stressing out. Uh-oh. I wish you the best of luck. Well, tell Papa Renzo that Papa Randy did it. Robert said, ask Pops where I put my lunchbox in the truck. Back passenger floorboard. Because he's in the front passenger. Well, he's in the front, back passenger. Whatever. Olivia said, oof, hide that from Boggy, Duke. Jane said, you aren't dyslexic, R3. You wouldn't be able to read this. It's just sometimes between Olivia fucked up typing and my brain reading faster than my mouth talks, I mess up. Leonardo.
And that's fast.
Yeah. Leonardo Brevsky said, hello, American Gangster. What's up, Leonardo? How are you doing? Hugh said, Jonathan is an hour away from you. Yep, I forgot about that. Jonathan is, 45 minutes to an hour? Pug?
He ain't but about 20 minutes away.
Oh, never mind. I forgot about that.
I'm not going to say anything because
I apologize.
See, Pug? I know you're listening. You're not able to type. He done forgot about you. You'll answer his text.
Well, you text him on the right damn number. He responds. He kills me. Jonathan must be mad at me, Randy. He's not responding to me.
What? Give me two numbers?
And you text the wrong one every time.
Not every time.
Every fucking time. So I sent him a text message and asked the same thing, but
I'm going to fix it. Let me know when he texts you hell before I told him that he doesn't text you back. Damn.
I like it.
I do too.
Ayo TF Sideswipe said, hey, when I gave him fist, I spotted giant man with a bamboo head. What? Definitely not Mr. Rich said, I want a car with a Hemi V8 twin turbo. That would be pretty awesome. I've heard the Hemis and the Coyotes respond well to boost. Teddy said, he's also my dad, been called bastard for a while now, but today is today. There you go. Duke Luke is laughing at Olivia. Hugh said, I think I'm third closest. Jonathan is the closest. Who's the second closest, Hugh? And then said, hello, Carlo. Booty Warrior said, I don't know why I feel being lonely is better.
I would say Tinker, but Tinker's more of a friend.
He's more of like a, not so much on the YouTube friend. But he did find us by YouTube, oddly enough. And he just lives a few minutes up the road.
Yeah.
That is pretty funny.
What's even worse is you forgetting about everybody.
I know. And we just
I
talked
mean,
about
thank God you got an excuse that a tree fell on you.
new shit. We were talking about something today, and I said something about things just not being like it was, and Duncan goes, "Well, fucking tree fell on you." I'm like, I'm glad I'm not
Wrong
going
about
to this. Hazel said, "Hello, Bald Randy and friends." Hello, Hazel.
Hello.
Robert said, "Hey, Pops." Carlo's laughing and said, he will tell Papa Renzo that Papa Randy broke it. Thank you, Carlo.
I did it.
Jane said, "LOL, hi, Hazel." Carlo said, "Sup, Hugh." Olivia said, "Duke." Long story short, my brother had a strong opinion about Fox Body Mustangs. Well, they're drivers. Then he broke one and had to pay for the repairs after he got it. Hazel said, "Hello, doggo." That rude ass won't even say hello back, Hazel. Jane said, "Hi, Papa Renzo." He didn't mean to break it. Dan said, "I have Sun-Kissed strawberry soda." It has been a long time since I had Sun-Kissed. Did you know they made a
strawberries.
Did you know they had an alcoholic version of Sunkist? They do. Duke Luke said, "I know how to drive my Fox Body, LOL." Aside to Wasaba said, "Big Mushroom Head." Jane said, "Sun-Kissed strawberry soda. Never heard of it, but sounds refreshing."
Yeah, I've heard of Sun-Kissed, but it's orange.
Carlo said, "Thank you, Jane." Hugh said, "I had an 88 LX, but always liked and wanted the 88 to 93 GT."
We had a 93 GT.
A lot of people say that they like the LX body kit better than the GT body kit. Olivia said, "Hey, isn't a Coyote a Ford engine?" Yes.
Yep.
Hugh said, Tinker, I think. Yeah, Tinker, he is not even 5 minutes from us. Like, I could just about throw a rock 3 times and hit his house.
Bullshit.
Kiss my ass. Classic Car Revival said, "Howdy, everyone." Hey, buddy. Been a
You
minute.
could throw a rock 3 times and be out the driveway.
Hugh said, "Oh, okay, Tinker is not on much." No, he's a busy man. Staying off the grid said, "Gray bearded homosexual." I didn't know he had a gray beard. Duke Luke Garage said, "Yes, Coyote is Ford." It is. Jane said, "Impala J is North Carolina." Yes, but we're talking about people we talk to, like friends on the internet. It's been
Impala comes in every once in a while.
I've not
Y'all
seen
are
him
pretty
since
well.
like as soon as I got hurt.
Well, he
I've
came in
not seen
not
him
too
come
long
in.
ago. He came in and speaks every once in a
Gotcha.
while. I mean, not enough. He's our acquaintance. Don't get me wrong on
Yeah.
friends and everything, but as far as our friends, regular basis.
Dan said, "Do you like Oldsmobiles?"
And don't
I have
see
no
one of
problems
y'all
with
say JG.
Jane said, "Hey, David." Booty Warrior said, "I'm packing with seriously heat." Cool. Nick said, "Jane." Robert said, "We go to work." Hey, yep. Classic Car Revival said, "Hi, Jane," a.k.a. David.
Hello, David.
Nick said, "Why you silencing me? Ain't nobody silencing you but your stupid self." Hugh said, "That's right. Impala is in NC and so is 84 Cuddy. He's 10 minutes from me." Cool. Hugh said hi to David. David said hi, Hugh. Hugh said hello, Nick. Jane said, "Nick, you aren't silenced unless you are inappropriate." David said, "I've never wrecked my Fox Body." That's awesome. Hopefully you're
There's always
serious.
1 in 1,000.
Jason said, "How did an anchovy casserole, cream of celery soup, and pickled jello for supper sound?"
Don't sound good to
That
me.
sounds disgusting. Aaron Williamson said, "Hi, guys. Double tap that screen. I would appreciate it if we did."
Hello.
Nick said, "I would never do such a thing." Oh, really? I bet you wouldn't. Hugh said, "The GT is heavier, but I like the look." Well, it can't beat a heavy Chevy. Jane
talking
said,
about the
"Jason,
GT.
yuck." I know. He's talking about the GT's heavier than the LX. But I don't know the difference between the two. I'm not even going to act like I
The
have.
LX was the style of the cop car. GT had the body spoilers and stuff on it.
Jane said, "Jason, yuck." And Nick, I
And the
appreciate
LX
that.
Was a trunk version where the other one was a hatchback.
Gotcha. Olivia said, "So Randy likes a woman engine." No. Never said I liked them. I just said Hemis and Coyotes respond well to boost. I like GM
Is
small
somebody else
blocks.
trying to put words in your mouth?
Yeah, somebody is. Nick said Clanker. Booty Warrior said, "I'm y'all long lost brother." Well, I'm the oldest. Hugh said, "Hello, Aaron." Nick said, "Tin skin." Jane said, "Hi, Aaron." Hugh
Who's
said,
your mama?
I love Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile. Robert said, "Tell Pops put his hat on." Put your damn hat on.
Why?
Because Robert said so. Like a good boy. Brandon said, hi, how are you? I am from... Never said where you're from, but hello, Brandon. Hugh said, hello, Brandon. Jane said, hi, Brandon. Aaron said, hi, Jane. Hi, Hugh. Hugh said the GT had all the ground effects and spoiler and hatchbacks. And I said, yeah. What Randy said, LOL. Olivia said, so you like tiny engines. Listen, maybe it's not the size of the engine that's the problem. It's the size of the engine bay it's in. You ever thought about that one? Mario said, can either one of you do something for me? Probably not, but shoot from the hip. Olivia said, should I call you Tiny Motor Rotor? Nope. Hugh said they also had
Can
the
we call
LX.
you RX-8?
Yeah, she is definitely an RX-8. Hugh said they also had the LX hatchback, but the Hitchcock had the regular trunk lid like the Highway Patrol. Ah, gotcha. I wouldn't mind having the regular trunk instead of like the whole lift up back glass and all like ours. I'd rather have just the trunk.
Hatchback.
Yeah, instead of the coupe. Yeah.
Hatchback.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Olivia, nope. Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Duke Luke said I'm Ford first, but I love my bow ties. I'm definitely more of a bow tie guy, but I mean, different strokes for different folks. Joe Bird, 3624, aka Gabriel, said, hey, Pops. Hey, Randy.
Hello.
Hassan said, your father seems a little bored. Usually he does the reading, so he might just be a skosh bored. But hey, hi, Gabriel. I forgot to say hi. Olivia said, hey, don't flip me off. Me off. Ha! Jane said, hi, Gabe. Olivia said, RX-8. Let's see. I'm just going to read Mario's message here. Oh, surprise. Mario said something stupid. Gabriel said, hi, Jane. East. I'm not going to be able to read the rest of it. I'm sorry. My brain is not braining right now. East said, hello from New Zealand. Hey, put a pin in for him. Hello, New Zealand from America Land. Let's see. It's like what? 8 o'clock in the morning for y'all? 9 o'clock in the morning for y'all? Ave said, hello, I'm new to this channel. I am really bad with pronouncing names, but welcome to the channel. I'm trying to figure out a part of your name that I can pronounce. So if you have something you would rather me call you, please let me know. Like I said, I'm very bad at pronunciations. Jane said, hi, Eastbourne. Olivia said, it's a 7, you senile bald man.
RX-8.
Gabriel said, bow tie fan here. That's my man right there. Cold Cream said, Dad is very handsome. Oh, and then there it is. AIV said, is this LGBT community friendly channel? We welcome all walks of life, but it'd be best if you don't bring up stuff like that because our opinions might be different.
Everybody's welcome, but
Yep.
your lifestyle, keep it, please.
We don't force our lifestyle on you. We don't want you to force it on us. And we don't talk about stuff like that because it is controversial. We will upset people. We upset people and didn't even mean to about that community.
We keep our sexuality in our closet. You keep yours in yours.
Gabriel said, eastbound down. Hugh said, hello, New Zealand. Dan said, it's almost time for my nightly microwave potato. And it said, the strawberry soda is good too.
I'm probably going to have a microwave dinner tonight.
I don't know what I'm going to have. Hugh said, hello, Joey. I might have some ramen noodles like I did last night. Ramen noodles and melatonin. Robert said, tell Pops, get up for work. I'm ready for work.
I done work today,
He
buddy.
got 12 hours till he's got to be back. Joe Bird, a.k.a. Gabriel, said, hey to Hugh. Eastbourne said, hello, team. It's 11 a.m. Yes. Wow. 11. Okay. Let's see. Hassan said, I wish you happiness, Father.
You too.
Brandon said, I knew. How are you?
Hello.
Well, welcome in, Brandon. We are good. Hope you are. Jane said, hi, Hassan, or Hosen. Hemu said, Ronnie, my mate, remember me? Good to see you. I do remember you, my friend. Hemu, darling. I do remember you. I am glad to see you back. Olivia said, I'm going to buy a wooden spoon. For you, Pops. Just for you.
You gonna bring it to me in your RX-8?
No, she's going to bring it in her what identifies as a turtle. Or Subaru. Because it chokes on plastic. Jane said, hi, darling. Brandon said, what is he eating? He was eating pretzel sticks. Hugh said, as long
Trying
as
to keep my sugar from shooting up.
Hugh said, as long as you're clean, cool, and polite and family friendly, that is awesome. I'll drop a few words that aren't family friendly, but overall I'm family friendly.
This thing's acting funny. I'm afraid it's fixing to break.
Get the hell out of it, fat ass.
So comfortable.
There's a weight limit on them things, and you're exceeding it.
It's so comfortable.
Whatever, I hope you fall again.
So does everybody else.
Gabriel said, loading up and trucking. Duke Luke said, I have almost as many bow ties as I have Fords. At least Ford circles their problems.
Right.
No, yeah. Brandon said, what is he eating? Pretzel sticks. Olivia said, so I can whack you every time you say RX-8. All in one space said, Pops, pants is too tight. Pants are
No,
too tight.
no, they're pretty loose.
Robert said, ask Pops,
Look at
keep
there.
my work shirt on.
Look at there. It's loose.
Jane said, 16 hours ahead, V.
Remember, my name's Randy.
John Deere Faith Turbo, a.k.a. Jacob, said, hi, everybody. Hello, Jacob.
Hello.
Dan said, I microwave a potato and put butter, black pepper, shredded cheese, and sour cream. That actually sounds really good. Add a pinch of salt in that. You got me. Hacker Man said, nice wall. Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
built it ourselves.
Yeah. We're going to do the rest of the office one day. But
Maybe.
that's why it's never done.
Just not today. Jane said, Dan sounds good. Brandon said, I'm sorry. What does he wear?
Carhartt.
I mean, I got on Carhartt pants and I think a comfort color shirt.
My Carhartt.
And whatever
pants.
this brand jacket is. Hugh said, that sounds awesome, Dan. Booty Warrior said, pretzels is absolutely disgusting unless you got something, some melted cheese on it. Again, different strokes for different folks, my friend.
I had that from under cheese.
Olivia said, call my Subaru a turtle again, Randy. It's a turtle. Let's start calling you Turtle. Brandon said, you're an idiot of Esso stick. Is it good for you? We never said it was good for us.
Now, brown cow. Now you
Idiot.
should call them names.
Hugh said, I like bacon bites as well. That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Hugh said, hey, families cuss sometimes. Yeah. Hassan said, I liked you. Thank you. Hemo said, it's midnight for us. Ronnie Ladd, guess the country. Let's see, it is 7 for us. You're 5 hours ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could have swore we talked about it and you were in the Middle East. 5 hours ahead of us is like the UK.
Sweden.
But I mean, that would be the UK, Ireland, Spain, Portugal, part of France, part of Algeria, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, and the western part of Africa. So I don't know. Jane said, LOL, be careful, Pops. Dean said, howdy, sirs. Howdy, Dean.
Hello.
Hugh sent a bunch of our members exclusive emojis. Jane said, hi, Dean. Gabriel said, I have as many bow ties as I have Fords. I cannot say the same. Brandon said, where do you get the store? Hugh said, 5 hours ahead is Europe. Mm-hmm. Bemis Genetics asked if we're Obama fans. You might not want to start me on that. Yeah. Because I'm all by myself. Robert said, ask Randy to keep my work shirt on. He'll take it off for bed. Brandon said, where you get those at? I'm gonna. Probably the dollar store.
Yeah, what?
The pretzels.
Yeah.
Jane said, what are bow ties? They're Chevrolets. Hugh said, bow tie Chevy. Yeah, because it looks fancy. It's a bow tie. Olivia said, not really. I'm not that cruel. Bullshit. Gabriel said, Chevrolet, Jane. Hugh said, bow tie. Candace said, hello there. Hello, Candace.
Hello, Candace.
Am I saying that right? Candace? Yeah, Candace. Jacob said, hello, Grandpa Vic. Hugh said, hello, Jacob. Dan said, I don't have salt. The butter has salt. Okay. Then you're good then. Sounds delicious, Dan. Duke said the heartbeat of America. Chevrolet. Jane said, okay, thanks guys, but why bow ties? All my years, not sure I've ever heard that. The Chevrolet emblem looks like a bow tie. The knot's in the middle and the loops are on the side. Hugh said, sorry, didn't get in your premiere. I was in the ER. Are you okay?
Who?
Hugh.
Oh, sorry.
Brandon said, sorry, where did you get the Paso sticks from? Sorry about. Sarek said, listen closely. Don't you dare forget this. Every poo-poo is pee-pee time, but not every pee-pee time is poo-poo time.
That's right.
Bet you never think about that one, huh?
I
think about it whenever I'm about to take a shit and I'm standing up. Hugh said the Chevy emblem looks like a bow tie. Duke Luke said the emblem resembles a bow tie. Olivia said, okay, I'm a turtle, but you have a receding hairline, so I win. I'm not even going to touch that with a 10-foot ball. Jacob said, it's okay. You okay. Gabriel said, Jane, the emblem is a bow tie. Jacob said, Grand Pitovic. Brandon said, what store did you get the password sticks from? Dollar General.
Yes, I thought we said that. Dollar
5
General.
other times. Jane said, thanks, guys. Hugh said, I have a cyst cut and drained on my neck. Never had one before. It's costing the next 2 days of work. I hate to hear that, buddy. I wish you a speedy recovery. Duke Luke says, you're welcome, Jane. Booty Warrior said, monster trucks or trucks. I'm packing with monster trucks. What are y'all picking? Monster trucks are cool, but I'll just take my regular truck. They got more practicality.
I'll take my burnout car.
Jacob said, Hugh, why are you in the ER? Hugh said they thought it was lymphoma, but it turned out to be an infected cyst. Well, I think I would take the infected cyst, my friend. Jane said, Hugh, be careful. Keep it clean and dry. Olivia said, I'm still mad at Obama's wife for that stupid food thing. Yeah. Dean said, Bucky rubbed his bad luck on me. My engine decided to combust. Well, it's supposed to be internal. It just identified as external. Gabriel said, never mind, Grand Pitovic. Hugh said, thank you, Jane. That's why I can't go to work. The carbon black and oils in the air from the tires curing. They don't want to get in there. I bet not. Dion said, heads up, big guy is sleeping on a job right behind you. That's okay. I'll take it out of his paycheck. All in one space said, Randy looks fit. Does he work out?
I do them 12-ounce curls.
Which one, me or him? I work out hard whenever I'm at work. Jane said, I'm sure it was scary for a minute. Hugh, I bet. Yeah. Hugh said, works that fork up and down, rolling on the floor, laughing his F&A off. Cold Cream -I2S said, add my name on the wall, become a member. You'll go on the wall, but as soon as you stop being a member, your name comes down.
So far, we've been lucky. Only one person has purchased and quit coming back, but
Olivia said, I win.
everything's not a
Jacob
winning
said,
game.
hope you get better, Hugh. I will pray for you. Hemu said, spot on, mate, from London. Me. You changed the office a lot. Looks a bit better.
Thank you.
Then you changed a lot. Never took the U.S. Air Force frame down. Nope. But hey, I thought so. London, England. But Hemu, if he's not been in here since we did the wall, just so you know, I'm back to walking. I'm back to work. It's been since that. It's since I've been in the wheelchair since we talked to him.
Well,
Hugh said, nah, needles not so much and such don't bother me. It's the pain after I don't like, but I will live. I had a low-grade fever. It got infected bad. It was the size of a tangerine. And then he said, thank you, everyone. Buddy, I'm glad you got that handled. Jonathan Castellano said, hi, hello. I used to work with the officer with their last name was Castellano. Spelled a little different. Jay said, Hugh, don't let it get that bad. Did they give you antibiotics? Duke Luke said, get well soon, Hugh. Jane said, hi, Jonathan. Hugh said, yes. Backram. Brandon wants to know where we work at. Winston-Salem southbound, also known as CSX. Hugh said, thank you, everyone. Jacob said, everybody pray for Grand Pitovic, please. Olivia said, Boggy actually started to work out, and he's already scary. We're not talking about his face being... Look, I'm glad to hear he's doing good. Ozzy said, "Hillbilly, where are you? My flux capacitor is still busted. Also, who was in the United States Air Force?" Neither one of the two of us. It's just the flag with the eagle up there that people either love or hate. They say it's generally something to do with either the U.S. Air Force or something of that nature, or at least armed forces. And the man who used to own the building before he passed away, I was told, was in the National Guard. Hughes said, "I wasn't going to go, but I started feeling really bad. Yup, had a fever. That'd do it." I believe it. Jane said, "Hi, Ozzy." Ozzy said, "Hi, Jane." Olivia said, "Throw it back, Randy, and do a flip, Stone Cold Timu Austin."
Amen.
Dean said, "Well, one of the pistons decided to go through the engine block in my Impala." Oh, yeah, that internal become an external. Hughes rolling on the floor, laughing his F&A off at me. Jane said, "There he goes." Snooze. Hughes said, "Wow, Dean, that's bad." Hughes sent a picture of Dad sleeping and said, "He's out." Olivia said, "Hey, I have a question about Impala owners." Hughes sent a bunch of Z's because he's snoring. Jane said, "Dean, did you say, 'There's a rod'?" Hughes said, "That's a rod." Duke said, "Jane, he's chicken his eyelids for holes." I might take y'all with me to go get me a Dr. Pepper.
I believe you don't get Dr. Pepper.
Ozzy said, "Can you put a lawnmower in my GMC Sierra?" I've not heard of anybody doing something like that, but I've heard of people putting lawnmower motors in like a S10 or a Ford Ranger. Hugh said, "Good one, Duke." Dean said, "Well, it's a 67 Impala." Oof. Jane said, "LOL, no holes in the lids." Ozzy said, "Where's Pop's steak?" I cooked the last one a couple days ago. Heat 50 said, "Jesus loves you and I love you too." Well, Jesus loves you too, and we harbor no hatred for anybody, and we welcome everybody in with an open heart and open arms. Jacob said what he said. Wolf Haley, goated rankings. Can you give me a good chuckle? Every poo-poo time is a pee-pee time, but not every pee-pee time is a poo-poo time. Ozzy said, "Pops, do you work?"
Do I work?
Yes.
Of course I work.
Nah, he don't work. He just rides in the truck. Dean said, "I'm going to have fun with that one." Dum, dum, dum.
What we got here?
We are showing 14 people with 40 thumbs up.
40 thumbs up.
I think
Lord,
George-
thank y'all.
All in one space said, "Bro, why don't you style your beard like Uncle Randy? Right now you look like you just survived the jungle for 6 months." My wife gets really mad when I trim it, but it is getting about time. Ozzy said, "Pops, do you need a honey bun?"
Yes, I want to grill one. They've got me wanting to do that.
Jane said he doesn't work any harder than his son, LOL.
I
Yeah.
damn well know I work harder than my son.
Listen, I want y'all to know, he was in the yard today working, and I was in the yard waiting to leave. He says,
No, he was walking to the train.
"I was working. That's work.
Oh my!
I gotta walk to the train to get on and start working. That's part of work."
Fucking lunchbox.
Yep.
Like he was a dude.
Yep. He says, "Come here." He said, "What's y'all's plan?" And I told him what the plan was. He said, "Okay, do you need to come up this track, which is called Brian's Lead?" I said, "There's no reason for us to come up it right now. What's up?" He said, "Well, it's called a frog. Not like that thing that bumps his ass every time it jumps. But it's a frog on the railroad. And that mother ducker had a 3/4 inch break in the right slap dab in the middle of that fucker. And them cracks going off both sides of it." He says, "Look, if y'all start to go over that, be extremely careful. We have reported, we've turned it in. He said, I'm going to go tell the boss that it needs to be taken out of service." I said, "Well, I will line us out of the engine track. I will keep it lined into the engine track just in case. I'll make an extra move if I got to. Whenever I get back, I will not go over it until I hear back." Well, the boss man said, "It's still got bolts in it. It ain't broke." I'm like, I don't know what the hell he's looking at. That was broke. We went over it and we didn't hit the ground, so. Vova said, "Hello, bro." Is that a Ukrainian flag? Well, what's up, Vova? Ozzy said, is it true y'all have trucks with tires that drive on the railroad?
Yep.
Yeah, there's one right outside the door. Dean said it happened on the way to work and I kept driving and toasted the engine. My wife wasn't too happy. If the piston come out the side of the motor, you weren't going to do much more driving, dude. Grease Spot Garage TV, aka Adam. So what's up, y'all? What's up, Adam?
Hello.
Jane said, hey, Adam. Man, this getting called up stuff, it's not as much fun as I thought. Oh, Beth commented two times. One said catchy tune, and the other one said get her done. Get her done project. Ozzy said, does most of your local community work the railroad? Not even close. I think in total, for maintenance away, his side
We got 10.
and my side, we got 3, 6, 9. Damn, she's fine. Showed him and me, had me, maybe one more. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We got 20 on our side. So you're talking a community of 35, including managers? No. The railroad is very hard to work for anymore.
We get a job with.
Not work for. I've seen some of the people we have work for us. Jane said, hey, Adam. Ozzy said, does most of your local... Oh, I'm sorry, I already read that. Duke Luke said, seem abound, Adam. Ozzy said, how do y'all see comments we don't see?
You might not be on live chat.
Ozzy, if you are on your phone, the top right corner with the 3 dots, you click it, scroll down, and it will say chat filter. And if you don't change it, it'll say top chat. You click it and go to all messages. And it will pop up everything. Adam said, teaching myself how to do gold leafing. That'll be cool. Dean said, well, it's a Chevy. Well, no comment. Jane said, gold leafing for what? Olivia said, Randy, I sure hope she put a sock on it one more time. Get low. Get low to the window. Adam said, Pandora, Jane. Ozzy said, okay, thank you, Billy Joe. Not a problem. Duke Luke said, gold leafing, fun stuff. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill. Hugh said, hello, Adam. Would you like to read for a minute while I go get me a Dr. Pepper?
I can.
Tastes like a chicken biscuit with ketchup. Not sure why though. Listen. There's a rod.
Now don't get me behind before you decide.
Olivia said, Adam. Ozzy said, Pops, do you work with your hands or do you ride in the truck supervising?
I ride the truck and inspect. I don't do much supervising.
You damn don't do much of nothing.
Alright, what we got here? Olivia says, I kind of wanted a gold leaf Alpo bit. I don't know. Not too many people do the gold leafing anymore. You said I used to do gold leaf in the 90s on Lincolns and higher end vehicles. Adam said, GB, all in one, said, question for Uncle Randy. How many countries have you traveled in so far? Just this one. I've never left here. Dean said, I had to only cast it to pull off and then kicked it. Adam said, Olivia, you said, I always kick mine when they break down. Olivia says, Adam, gold leaf Apollo for me, please. Booty Warrior said, the one man we have to respect is God. That's right. Ozzy's Pops is the railroad monopolizer the business. I kind of think so. Or can you get your own trains and pull freight? No. I mean, they got different owners out there, but it's kind of monopolized, if you ask me. Memory says, never done projects. Hello. Olivia says, Apollo. Carlos says, I'm back. Y'all. Papa Renzo says, hello, family chat. Hello, Papa Renzo. Olivia says, Apollo. Apollo. Oh. Okay. Dean said, like I said, my wife didn't like that phone call, and I haven't told Bucky it's his car. Oh, shit. All in one said, where did he go? He went to get him a Dr. Pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Olivia says, Apollo, yes. John Deere says, Dollywood ruined their trains use oil. Now I'm mad. Thank you. Hazel said, hello, Bald Randy and friends. Hello, Hazel. All in one says, by the way, Pops, how old are you? I'm 56. I'll be 57 in April. Jane said, where are you gold leafing Adam? Sounds interesting. Where are you at gold leafing Adam? Sounds interesting. Booty Warrior says, your head shine like a light bulb, literally. Well, thank you.
Because you got an idea.
Dean says, yeah, I'm in some deep shit. Hazel says, hello, doggo. Olivia says, oh, ice cream. What do you call that one?
Lerb.
Lerb says, hi, Daddy. Hello. Olivia says, Randy, get me one. There you go.
I'm not sharing with you.
Ozzy said, Randy, can you get me in contact with someone who can allow me to purchase 7 trains I want to pull freight?
I'm going to tell you right now. It cost over $1 million a piece.
I think they got a bunch parked somewhere.
Yeah.
Adam
I've personally
said,
taken about 50 to Florence, South Carolina.
it's secret, Jane. Paul says, hey, brother. Hello, Paul. Booty Warrior says, oh, young boy, my grandpa died at 80. Hazel said, Randy, give us one.
If you wanted one and y'all were here, I'd let you have one.
Jane said, okay, Adam, you need someone to work on the glass. Carlos said, Papa Renzo said, why did y'all break my coffee cup? I didn't mean
I'm sorry,
to.
Papa Renzo. I got excited to be in Australia.
Brandon said, did you trade spots? Yeah, for him to go get him a drink. And I'm best around here and eat my ice cream in a minute. Paul said, nothing like some good old ice cream.
Don't you know?
Don't you know? Yeah. Olivia says, why won't you share with me? All in
I'm
one
afraid you'll
said
choke on the wooden
56.
stick.
I thought you were 60 plus. Oh, man. Man.
You old bitch!
Jane says, hi, Paul. Ozzy said, would any of you want to be a train driver?
That's
He
the
can do it.
engineer. I'm licensed.
Paul says, hi, Jane. Dean says, now, I don't know where I'm going to find an engine.
If it's an old 305, 327, 350, they're everywhere.
Ozzy said, do y'all live in the shop?
I know.
Nope. Brandon said, what kind of ice cream? What do you call this? Nah.
Some kind of chocolate, vanilla.
I forget what you call it, Scott.
Crumble stuff.
Yeah, I forgot what you call it.
No.
Quit. Joe said, the way your son eats that ice cream makes me look like he's pretty mouth. Olivia said, only if I choked on it literally.
Intentionally.
Intentionally, sorry. Booty Warrior says, let me step in the business. I'm always standing on business, especially when it comes to booty. Olivia said, which isn't going to happen. Jane says, by the time the ice cream gets to you, Olivia, it'll melt. Ozzy says, can I love in the shop? Nope.
Live.
Oh, live. Oh, well, we might work some out.
North Carolina says you're not allowed to live in a commercial address.
That's right. Booty says, I'm hungry. Share some.
Go eat some booty.
It's like a 9-volt battery. Uh-oh.
What?
If you're in Missouri, ugly truck just pulled a 305 out of a 74 C20.
Hey, there you go.
Ozzy said, who is Olivia?
That's Ghosty Place.
Olivia says,
No, it's Prison Hill.
there. James Ozzy, Ghosty is Olivia. Olivia says Olivia is a private chatter. Ozzy said, oh. You said, it'll melt in the warm car on the way. Oh, I was going to give it to her, but I was going to eat it first. Carlos says, we have an ice cream down under it called Golden Gay Time. Carlos.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was.
Oh, and one said, nah, your kid looked older, so I guess your age based on that. Sorry for that. Ain't no big deal.
Wait a second.
Olivia said,
The
no,
question becomes,
I'm ghostly.
how old does all in one think I am?
Booty Warrior says, let's be partner business. Trust me, my net worth is 50,000.
50,000.
I could put it on y'all. Okay. Send it on. I got a couple ideas.
We're not going to talk about net worth.
Hit the money button down there and show me your money. Yeah.
Show me.
You said, wow, that's funny, Carlo. Ozzy said, I want to see Pops play some video games, have him play Train Sims or SnowRunner.
That would be cool.
Libby said, hey. Hugh said, Lord. Dean said, it's a 250 cubic inch 4.1 inline six.
They're even better to find because everybody's taking them out and putting V8s.
Yeah. Ozzy said, who is Ghostly? Ghostly says, I'm Ghostly. Ollie says 30.
I've been in here before. You know what? Yep. Y'all caught me. I'm 30. I'm doing a damn good job about not making it there, but I'm 30.
Adam said, old as Jane, R3. Who says, oh, inline, cool.
Online.
Oh, I thought he was talking about that motor.
This is
Sorry.
all in online, but I think he's meaning inline.
Yep, well, Reaper said, meow. What's an inline six, Dean? Who said, I've seen people taking 225 slants and 300 inline six turbo them. Yeah.
Go talk to Ryan at BR6 Prodigy. I think he's planning on doing the same thing with a leaning tower of power at 300.
Booty says, don't worry, I know Elon Musk himself. Tell him I like to talk to him.
Need an investor.
Carlos says, yeah, it's true. It's called a Golden Gate Time. You said, oh, hello, Reaper. Jane says, uh-oh. Hi, Reaper. Olivia say, Pops, I think Olivia is trying to talk to Randy. Well, I can move.
Adam said big. Hugh said gay means happy. Well, it did here until happy meant that so. Carlos said sup Grease. Ozzy said I want to see Pops working. I heard it just watches people work. Not anymore.
Motherfucker.
Reaper said, what happened? What happened? Jay said, nothing, Reaper, nothing. Lotus said, hello. Sup, Carlo. Hi, Jane. Hi, sup, you. Sup, Adam. Booty Warrior said, y'all want to have roast battle? Nope. Olivia said, hey, Lotus. Hugh said, hello, Lotus. Ozzy's laughing. Jay said, hey, Lotus, did you hear Dean blew up Reaper's car? Is it really about to break?
I felt bopping around just like the old did before it broke.
You need to get out of it and sit on the couch.
That's not a comfortable couch.
And that is a very comfortable couch. Oh, hey, while you're back there, no. I shook yours up. Let's see here. Lotus said, what's up, Olivia? Reaper said, he did what? Lotus said, no, I did not. Olivia said, wow, I didn't get a hi, Lotus. Hi, Lotus. Booty Warrior said, why Pop sound like Frog when he made that sound? Olivia said, play along. I'm messing with someone's head. Okay. Lotus said, will you be burning the car or the brother? Or both. All in one said, why is Pops munching ice cream like a total baddie? Because he's a total baddie. Reaper said, which car, Dean? Lotus said, nope, no hi. No, it's ni hao. That's Chinese for hello. Am I going to get another clip of you falling out of a chair?
I don't know.
You might want to stop leaning back then. Just a thought. If he falls this time, it's going to hurt like hell. Dean is zipping his mouth. Jane said, Pops was hungry. Olivia said, but why Olivia get a high and not me? I'm cooler than Olivia. Oh, here's that split personality. Told y'all every woman's bi. Just got to figure out if it's polar or sexual. Lotus said, you are. Booty Warrior said, why Pop's bald shiny head making the room bright as hell? You want me to turn the light off? For the last 28 minutes, I can turn the light off. Lotus said, Olivia is 3 foot of awesomeness.
48 likes. 15
Hey, we've gotten 6 subscribers because it's showing 35, 36 on the subscribers. Olivia said, thank you. Here, we're going to have never done projects after dark.
You do that, I'll be asleep now. They ain't gonna be able to see shit.
You want to bet? Dum, dum, dum. Oh, they can see me. They can't see you or Kane anymore. And bloop. They can still see. Lotus, it's spooky. Spooky, scary, Randington. Booty Warrior says, stop with the frog sounds. Ribbit. Now they can really see the phone. Holy cow. Reaper said the only car I let him borrow that had an inline 6 is the Impala. Well, it kind of answered your question, didn't it? Booty Warrior said much better now. I could start taking booty. You jackass. Olivia said, oh, that reminds me. Turn that off. You're blinding the camera. Jane said, well, Reaper, I mean, I would figure that your dang assumption skills would be better than that.
Don't say I blind the camera now. I'm going.
Olivia said, the frame rate. Ah! Turn it off. Memory said, blinded by the light. Lotus said, straight 6 in Impala is a shame. I do agree. Oh, GT fanboy said, I shit it again just now. Well, that's good for you there, GT fanboy.
Can nobody see the members wall?
Did you know that Dragon Ball GT is not even canon? Jane said, a blown straight 6 is a shame. Daniel said, happy Tuesday. Hi, guys. Happy Tuesday, Daniel. Hope you're having a wonderful rest of your day. Lotus said, Dean, I hope you put a new window in that underpowered pig. Reaper said, the answer to your question, Lotus, it's the brother. Jane said, hi, Daniel. Olivia said, I thought Impalas were only V8s. Nope. Some of them were inline 6s. Olivia said, not true, Randy. Okay. GT fanboy said, I blarded, then I parted R. Oh, she. Lotus said, LOL, run, Dean. And they said, wait. GT fanboy said, wait. I'm waiting. Do I have a text message? Nope. Let's see here. Cowgirl Wyoming said The Conjuring. Well, some people said they wanted never done projects after dark. And Booty Warrior said it's not the biggest subscribers or likes, but everyone starts somewhere. Hey, I mean, we got 3.5 thousand subscribers, so I mean,
We're happy about it.
Yep.
I'd like to have more, but we're not.
We're going to get more. It's just taking time. GT fanboy said, I blarded, then I farted, then I sharded. Oh, okay. Olivia said Dragon Ball GT was considered canon after Aruko Toriyama died. Yeah, because everybody them changed it. Akira Toriyama. Yeah. Jane said, right, booty. Dean said, I plan on the Lotus. Olivia said, well, parts of GT were canon. Parts. Lotus said, listen, Lotus is never wrong. And he said GT is considered to be a different universe. See? Confirmed. Not even the same universe. Definitely not Mr. Rich, said Black. Booty Warrior said, yup, Jane. Jane said, wait, weren't you just at 2,999 subscribers?
504, good.
More than 504 ago.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we hit 3,000 right before the end of the year. So, I mean, we've gotten 500 in 2 months. Olivia said, yep. GT fanboy said, I shot in another dimension. Well, it sounds like you need to wipe your ass in this one. Reaper said, I'm not going to hurt my brother. He's going to find a way to fix it. Lotus said, hey, I've been watching Dragon Ball since it came out. Hey, there you go. Olivia just doesn't like whenever I'm right about Dragon Ball and she's wrong. Jane said 6 weeks ago. Yeah, so we're averaging just shy of 100 a week. Holy shit, we're averaging just under 100 a week. Wow.
It was going good, now it's slowed down a little bit now. When we
Yeah.
done the,
Well, whenever YouTube had that problem,
yeah.
it slowed down a lot. Carlos said sup Lotus. Olivia said, but DIMA is considered canon.
At one Sunday, we got like 70 in one day.
Booty Warrior said, you stress yourself out so much your hairline go back. Buddy, if you only knew the shit I went through last year, it's a miracle I got any fucking hair. Lotus said, I bet he can use your credit card to fix it. I bet he can. GT fanboy said, how am I supposed to wipe my shit if it's in the 4th dimension? Well, reach your hand back there right in the middle of the crack of your ass.
Just like
and
you're
wipe.
typing on your phone right now, just use that hand.
Jane said, LOL, hairline is genetics. Reaper said, road trip to Dean's. Lotus said, send it to Boggy. He'll fix it up, right? Daryl said, we are on week 8.
And he'll have it ready tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's Daryl. Hello, Daryl.
Hello,
Lotus said,
Daryl.
sup, Daryl. Carlos said, I used to watch Sailor Moon. LOL. I've never watched it. Jane said, hi, Daryl. WMG96AC said, play even flow. Don't know what that is. Daryl said, Lotus. Jane. Carlos said, sup, Daryl. Jane said, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, still growing. Hey. Still, we're even at 8 weeks, we're just a little over 50 a week. Olivia said, wait, what are we sending Boggy? We're going to send him that inline 6-cylinder that Dean definitely didn't blow up. Booty said, what's up with this shit? Now he making me have to take a shit. Apparently he wants to talk about poop. Carlos said, big. WMG said, what's the band's name? Nevermore. Buddy, I don't know. Lotus said, what if Super Saiyan 4 Goku is in the Tournament of Power? I've never watched GT. I've just seen clips of it, but I mean, I don't know if Super Saiyan 4 is going to do anything. Olivia said, Mac. Terry said, we love when Pops reads. What's wrong with Pops? He thinks the chair is going to break, so he put me back into reading. Daryl said 1 hour even tonight. Olivia said Super Saiyan 4 is the only slightly weaker than Super Saiyan God. Okay. Dean said I was only going 30 miles per hour. That's
In
like
first
45 kilometers an hour.
or in verse.
Yeah. Hugh said hello, Daryl. Daryl said Hugh. Booty Warrior said Pops is on low battery.
Yeah.
Low battery. Probably.
I don't know. Just he was doing good, and I filled in while he went and got a drink. I got to get into the flow of it when I start reading. It kind of feels
Flow
like
key?
I'm not. It kind of feels like I'm not.
Hopefully Flokey's doing okay. They went to Shovel a while ago. They got a life to live. You what? You done talking now? Let's see here. Hold on, I'll be right with you. Okay. Where was I? Hugh sent Daddy sleeping. Booty Warrior said Vados is badass. Yeah, I like Vados a lot better than Weiss. Q said doing a lot, guys. Dean said, and I shifted it into second and it didn't go. Slime Fix said, sup dude, what's going on? I had a little bit of typing to do, but we're drawing to the end of our live tonight. Come in for 2 hours. Probably going to be changing, look out for a community post. Probably going to be going to 7 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. But we will put out a post beforehand. Olivia said, now Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I have a strong opinion that Homeboy is going to kick Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, but that's just my opinion. Well, it'll never happen because there's only one Vegeta and one Goku. Come on now. Or Kakarot. Hugh said, hello, Slime. Booty Warrior Savados is fine as hell. That's my girlfriend for real. Faux Rizzle. Slime said, hello. Hello, Slime. You know, there's an anime on Crunchyroll. It says, that time I was reincarnated as a slime. That anime got really weird really quick. Olivia said the angels are okay. Booty Warrior said, nah, Vados and Weiss are two-way for real, me and them. Olivia said, not true, Randy. Actually, Randy, just matter of fact. Remy Rim said, hey guys, hope you guys having a great day. We're having a splendid day.
Yes.
How are you?
Great.
Lotus asked if anybody watches Abridged. Dragon Ball Abridged was freaking hilarious. They started doing Naruto Abridged, and I couldn't get into it like it was Dragon Ball Abridged. SGA said they're a pedophile. Well, come on over here and I'll show you a way that you can stop reoffending. Lotus said he loved it. Booty Warrior said, which is better? Z Broly or Bio Broly or Super Broly? My favorite is Z Broly. What y'all picking? Probably Z Broly. He's definitely the most badass. John Deere's laughing at me. Dennis, Adventure said, you still crying and banning little fella? I've not banned but like one person tonight. Lotus said, muffin button. Muffin! Olivia said, the bits of Abridged I saw was hilarious. Well, you gotta watch them all. Daryl said, Jacob. Slime said, I love Star Wars. I've watched one Star Wars movie. Olivia said, hee, the muffin button. Lotus said, Z. I'm glad we're in agreement. Carlos said, Jane Paparenzo was a smoker for many years lately in the morning. He has had a brief shortness of breath, only in the morning. What could cause it? He's seeing the doctor today. Jacob said, hi, Art. Adventure said, poor baby. Olivia said, I don't know, I like Super Broly. Remy Rim said, I'm having a great day. Had my first day at Padres Stadium in San Diego, California. That's awesome. How was your first day?
17 people, 51 thumbs up.
Awesome. Jacob's laughing again. Jane said, what's Abridged? It's a
It's
like a remix.
Troubled water.
It's like a remix of it, and it's not the original voice actors or anything. It's just people making it on the internet. It's freaking hilarious. Lotus said, Frieza and Vegeta. I liked whenever Metal Cooler was fighting Goku and Vegeta, and they kept kicking him in the nuts. Olivia said, Z Broly should have been canon, though. I agree. Slime said Star Wars Episode 1 of Star Wars Episode 6. Olivia said so should have the Tree of Might and Lord Slug.
Is 80% of the people in the chat understand what the hell they're talking about? Because I surely don't.
Jane said, I'm not sure, Carlo. Hope the doctor can figure it out. I hope so. Carlo said, okay. Thank you, Jane. In the next video. I'll have to check that after the live. Olivia said, that's because you're not a nerd, Pop Pops.
How you been, brother? Sister? Whatever.
Ladies, gentlemen,
Kiddo.
boys, and girls. Children of all ages to include, but not exclude, aliens. Jane said, I have no clue what you're talking about right now.
I'm with you, Jane. We're the old fart club.
It sounds like y'all are just a bunch of nerds. I'll have to play that whenever it's time to end the live. Did anybody in here ever go to the Barnum and Bailey's circus? Because if you did, Dad said the new intro and the outro sound a lot like the circus intro and outro. Please don't.
Why do you do shit knowing that if you try to aggravate me enough, I'll start?
I never said you were going to start. Jane said new song. No, it's just the outro song. The new outro song and the new intro song. Carlos and Paparenzo said, okay, thanks for helping, Jane. Daryl said, I did. I missed those. Rhodey, Relics, Metal Detecting, said Lemmy Winks. Lemmy Winks. Jacob's laughing. Remy Rim said it was good, just a lot of paperwork and stuff. The stadium is really cool though. I've never even been anywhere near California, but I would love to go visit just to see the redwoods. Maybe the West Coast line. Jane said Carlos sounds like it could be a bug if it's sudden. Lotus, I think he is triggered because he doesn't know. Booty Warrior said Z Broly had more aura. The way that Chris Brown, Vidal, put a smile on my face, and the way he gives Gohan PTSD, he was giving everyone belt to ass. Lotus said, I know the tale of Lemmy Winks.
See, I didn't get that. What those two lotuses are together. I didn't get whatever you just read.
You didn't get that from Booty Warrior? Huh. Are you on Top Chat?
It's said live chat.
Okay, I don't know. Jane said, Remy, what do you do there? Box fan said, sup gang gang, wanna bang bang? Only
Bang,
for the
bang,
sauce.
gang, gang.
Olivia said, hey, what we picking? Ultra Instinct or Ultra Ego? Ultra Instinct? Duh. When's the last time Vegeta? Well, actually, you know Goku has never actually won in a battle between him and Vegeta.
Oh my aching hand.
Carlos said, okay, thanks, Jane. Olivia said he did give Gohan PTSD. Booty Warrior said, I know, right? PTSD to Gohan, that's what I'm saying. How did we turn this into the super nerd chat?
Beats the hell out of me and Jane.
A long, long time ago, in a planet far away called Planet Vegeta.
Hell, Jane, let's talk about Tom and Jerry.
I love Tom and Jerry. You know, the best
Wow.
part is they never spoke to each other.
Did you ever watch what I sent you about them? In the movie they did.
Yeah, in the movie they did, but in the show they never did. What did you send me about?
All the old characters.
Yeah, the AI of them getting old and all. Yeah, that was cool.
Makes you about cry because think how old you are.
Well, you know, the really bad part is you start looking at all the people that were actors growing up that we really were entertained by, look at how old they are.
I don't know, yeah.
Like Adam Sandler ain't getting no younger either. I have no idea what you're talking about, but you said it 15 times, so I'm going to mute you, give you 5 minutes to calm down. Oh, Jane fixed it before I did. Remy Rim said, Jane, I do security. That is cool. Ballpark security. That's really cool, Remy Rim.
Well, we got mall cop, ball cop.
Booty Warrior said, we got to love the nerds. Jay said, is all of this anime? Yeah. Lotus said, spam! Jacob said, butt calling, joking. You know, I miss telling people that I butt dialed them, then fart on them. Lotus said, yes, Jane. Olivia said, except Vegeta was about to beat Goku, but black. How do you ever spell Joe's name? Third party the fight. N.W. Brahan said, now this is pod racing. Wrong chat. Carlos said, at Lotus, I'm going to put my Nagasaki 353 Race 12 Yamaha modified engine in the other brown R I got. Matthew said, Pops is out like a light.
I feel like I need to be.
He gonna break that goddamn chair again. Jacob's laughing. Jane said, hi, Matthew. Olivia said, W Star Wars quote. Like I said, I've never watched Star Wars. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll give it to him. That person that come in spamming like that has 73 subscribers. They've been on here for 10 years. 10 years and 2 days. So too lazy to describe, just watch our videos and subscribe. Well, his most recent video is 5 years ago, so I guess they're just spamming on people's channels now. God bless everyone. Yes, God bless
God bless you too.
Matthew said, sitting by this fireplace makes me sleepy. Jay said, Pops, please wait until alive to break that chair. Olivia said, what? You haven't seen Star Wars? Where the hell have you been? I've said that. Jacob said, but Star Wars jokes. Hey, there's 6.2 Bix and oi oi.
Big.
Hello, mate. Jane said, hey, Bick. Booty Warrior said the most crazy part was how Vegeta was too scared of Beerus. You know how to fight Z Broly. As soon as he did, bro got one shot. He did all the shit bricks and all that talking just to get clapped. Yeah. Olivia said, I don't remember how many dibs I got him. Matthew said, Spaceballs. Carlos said, sup, Bick? Yeah, Falcador? Or Falcador? Jacob said, Timber! Started to get some tingling. Not the good tingling. Booty Warrior said, bro, the B word mean bitch. Oh, my bad.
Does Australia and them get snow in the winter? Like Carlo and them?
No. They're way too far south.
Okay.
Well, no. They are pretty close to the equator, so probably not. I would not think. Well, no. South Africa has penguins. They might.
Yeah.
Hey, Carlo and Bick, do y'all get snow in the winter?
Time.
I guess.
That would be the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I know that day when I was watching Big at that looked like the beach or whatever, he was having a couple of drinks. Man, it looked sunny. Made me feel good sitting there looking at that sun. I just wondered if they got winter, you know. I know they get winter when we got summer, but I just didn't know if they got snow and how cold they got.
Olivia said, but how? I thought you liked Mandalorian. Never seen it. And it said, and Baby Yoda. Never seen it. Matthew said, I just want to say, we're all counting on you. Good luck. Thank you, Matthew. Big said toys with the hang loose symbol. Jacob said, what she said. N.W. Berna said, what does Sebadula always win? I don't know. Livy said, no, it's the devil's playground for a reason, Randy. Booty Warrior said, y'all some chill dudes invited me to the family. Hey, if you want to be part of this, you're welcome to be part of a Booty Warrior.
Yes.
Carlos said, on the East Coast they do.
Oh, okay.
Which makes sense. Looks like they got some like higher elevation over there. That's cool. Matthew said, did you get that reference? I did not, buddy. I apologize. I did not. Oh, wait. We're all calling. Is that an abridged quote? Jane said, booty. We're glad you joined the family. Yeah, we like booty. 6.2 Bick said, and Taz Toys. Hugh said, it's said they got shafted and the show stopped. Dang. Bick said, that's about it. Oh, really? Huh. Hugh said, hello, Bick. Carlos said, yup, Bick. Matthew said, Airplane the movie. Then, nope. We were not on the same page. Olivia said, ever wonder what a cold day in hell is like? Go to East Coast, California. Pass. Vic said, Vic family with the hang loose. Booty Warrior said, we know is notice wrong with booty. Hey, look, all I'm saying is if you a big fat man, I'm a Yiddy fan. Tyson said, hello, welcome back in, Tyson. How have you been? Jane said, East Coast, California. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what she's talking about because East Coast of California is Nevada and it's a desert. Oh, Olivia said, I'm in Australia. How do you get California instead of Australia? But hey, whatever. I'd be interested.
The Australia and California is next key to each other.
Oh. You know, I would really, all things considered, I would like to go visit Australia.
Oh, I'd love to.
Tyson said, I've been good. How about y'all? Really cold, to be honest. Kind of zapped my motivation from me the last 2 days.
Yes.
Kind of hoping tomorrow's better. But, like, I can't hardly go outside and do anything because my fingers get real cold and I don't feel like doing anything. I got my open wound on my finger. It's starting to puff up a little bit, so I'm letting it air out today. It's just things they're going. Jeremy said, Gina Poster Onion. Okay. Jane said, hi, Tyson. Matthew said, Australia is where they eat kangaroos. Did you know Australia, the country, declared war on the bird, the emu? Olivia said, maybe it's because I'm sleep deprived. Jane said, I don't want a plane ride to us. I don't want plane ride to Australia. Brother Landis, I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me. Tyson said, hey man, it's -5 here in North Dakota, but I get what y'all mean. I hate to hear that. You keep that.
Please.
Dan said, I had my potatoes. Jane said, LOL Landon. Lotus said, sleep is overrated. Matthew said, yeah, the Great Emu Wars, it must be an Australia thing. It is. It's AI, buddy.